Yeah, dog. Thomas G here with another Wise Token video for you guys. Do not forget to pound the like button, drop a comment, post notifications. You guys know the drill. So let's get right to it. Officially, today, out of the 50 days of Wise Token days you can reserve, day number one has come to a close. There's no going back. It's a wrap. It's done. It's locked in. Day is locked and closed. Day number one, November 30th, 2020. Mark it on the calendar. It ended with 1,110 users going into that day. 645.94 Ethereum total is what it closed with. So my contribution to that day number one went a little heavy, 5.28 Ethereum. Okay. Now, my share percentage is 0.82%. This is locked in. It doesn't change. And I wanted to go heavy in day one because it made more sense to where now people are going to FOMO in. There's a lot of, and we'll get into it in a minute, there's a lot of features and a lot of innovative business models that are being built on this blockchain that are going to make this one epic investment. And I truly believe that. And I wanted day one to absorb enough ETH for me to say, hey man, 0.82% on any given day is going to be a killer deal, because as people FOMO in, the upcoming days that will soon close will probably be much higher than 645 Ethereum. And my 5.28 Ethereum on these days that become more popular because of the FOMO, the fear of missing out, and people realizing that this blockchain is superior to just about anything out there in the market, it's going to be a struggle to figure out where to put my Ethereum on any given day that is going to obviously trend to have more and more Ethereum in each day. Day one starts here on the 11th. Day 50 ends on December 30th, 2020. December 31st, from all the days that are locked and closed, we mint our tokens from all 50 days. So, I mean, it's a beautiful thing, man. Day two ends tomorrow on the 12th. 875 users, 374 ETH. So it need the 2x to beat that, but I think that can happen pretty easily, seeing the amount of Ethereum that has been pouring into the smart contract. We're at 7,037 ETH. Remember, 70% of the gas fees are covered up to 20,000 Ethereum. And that's why I'm using people's links to get in, because, you get your bonus. So links in the description. Again, if you guys use my link for 0.5 Ethereum or more, come into my Telegram, tell me the name that you want on the list, send me the hash ID for the transaction, your referral link, add you to the list so I can contribute by using your referral link back to you. Some things that I wanted to cover. Let's go to the dashboard here. Let's get this. Let's get it on dark mode. Looks much better on dark mode. So you see that this is the overall platform display here of what's gone into the smart contract. 7,040.13 ETH. Time left until liquidity transformers close. That's 48 hours, 18 minutes, and 38. 48 hours, 18 days, 38 minutes, and 24 seconds. Wise reservations, 31,178. Unique contributions, 1,750. Unique refers, 492. It's growing fast. Personal dashboard here is going to show you what I've contributed. 28 contributions. I've done 18.70 Ethereum. I've purchased 23 out of 50 days. 364,576 Wise is the estimated minimum for me. There is a maximum you can look at as well. An estimation 547,531. But nothing can be changed from day one. It's locked. So you'll know your final stats on the last day that gets locked on day 30, or not day 30, but December 30th, which is day 50, because once things lock, you've locked in your Wise percentage share rate, and you know exactly what you're going to get. Here's the thing I wanted to go over right now is I had to take a screenshot from the video I was watching of Peter, and just so I could talk about it. And I watched the video 2 times over, And I was getting more and more excited about this platform. It was a great video and a great explanation, and was enough for me to be like, man, I'm so glad I put that 18 ETH in so far, and I want to put more and continue to put more up until the, towards the end of the year on December 30th, which would be day number 50, the last day to reserve a Wise reservation day. So they have what they call a regular Wise stake. If you see here, this is going to represent one day after, let's say you canceled, unstaked one day after. Here, how the penalties go. 90% penalty would happen if you unstaked one day after. 75% into it. 75% would be here. 50% penalty to principal. 25% penalty to principal. And the day before your stake, 10% penalty if you unstaked the day before your final day of staking. So going down to the bottom half here, because that's the regular Y stake, penalty chart there. The percentage that would be down here is called the Wise Insurance stake. And I'm trying to wrap my head around it. And I think I'm fully understanding it. Again, I'm going to continue to watch that video, and everything, things can change, because the Wise Insurance stake is actually going to be a second smart contract that's built to interact with the current smart contract of Wise, which would be the staking smart contract. So it's a second contract that'll later be, I guess everything would be mixed in and kind of blended at some point. If that makes sense. But it's a second smart contract that's built to interact with the current staking contract that they have. It's the Wise Insurance stake. So what you're doing here is you're doing what you would call a Wise Insurance stake. You're giving up 10% of your principal right away to get in. As you see, as the duration of the stake, the penalty, it's not 75%, 50%, 25%, and the day before 10%. Clear across the board from the day you cancel, the day after, all the way through the duration of the stake, all the way up to the day before, is a 10% penalty. And it's meant to feed into the system as far as the vault. So if you're looking at the coins here, you're looking at your Wise token stake right there. You pay that 10% fee, it goes to the vault. So by design, what Peter was talking about, that I was trying to wrap my mind around it, is the fact that this particular form of staking, the Wise Insurance stake, is not available to everybody. Meaning that the moment it becomes too much, it like overlaps where it should be based off the numbers, there'll be a wait list to even be able to do these types of stakes. But the 10% that you pay right off the top to have the ability to have a insurance stake, so that at any time you can unstake with such a low penalty, the 10% right away goes into the vault. And then the 90% left over is staked. And as more users do this vault is going to be pumped with this 10% of all these users that you're utilizing and want to be able. And why, you ask, why would you want an insurance stake? I guess the best way to put it is, if you're doing like a long stake, let's say you do a 1-year stake, and you really feel like this is going to pump and go to some serious all-time highs, serious numbers in the sense of being 100x, like even 50, 100x, and you're worried that you're stuck in a stake. When you utilize the Wise Insurance stake, you're only going to do a 10% penalty and still be able to catch that big pump to make out pretty fat. Just imagine versus doing a regular stake where you would take a huge penalty even halfway through, the day after, anywhere between a halfway through all the way till the last day before is the only time you'd pay 10%. Anywhere before that's a large percentage. Just trying to catch a pump, you're going to lose a lot. So the insurance is going to ensure you that if the price does pump, you're going to get out a very minimal amount of penalty at 10% and catch that pump and make your money. So as people utilize this, the vault's going to continue to grow. And there's how does it work? I mean, the way they're going to pump the vault with money is going to be through the team, obviously the community, and there's going to be a lending contract as well. So the lending contract, I was listening to that and I'm going, man, Wise Token has really put together a full business model that they're trying to introduce on the blockchain. Like this has never been seen before. It's going to a whole another level. So talks about how does it work when someone does an early end stake. There's 90% payout comes from the vault. Okay, so when someone does the early end stake, their 90% payout comes directly from the vault. So that's basically leveraging all the people's money that's been put in there to pay that 90% to that person back. So if the vault becomes empty, a waiting list is created, like I mentioned earlier. Max insurance stake is 3 years to avoid waiting list, and projected buffer needed is 15% of current stakes. And then the options to refill the vault or the team, the community, and the lending contract. Lending contract, that's going to be something. As he talked about it, I was like, man, like this is getting to that next level. This is that, forget 2020, that we're talking to 2021 status. That next level of showing the world how blockchain can be used. They're basically evolving into like the first bank on blockchain, because banks utilize and leverage people's money and debt. Even they take people's money and they take it and they put it elsewhere, and they're doing loans, they're doing this, investments, this and that. Why is this turning into a project where it's a truly 100% decentralized bank model business? It's a business, and it's going to be very, very lucrative, and I believe very, very profitable. So I'm excited about that. Definitely. And just follow them on Twitter, guys. You're going to hear all the latest stuff. It's just unreal. So I just cannot wait for December 31st, where we get our tokens, and what are we going to do with them? And this is actually from 1 hour ago. I guess you're doing this on daily net. I guess we're doing this on the daily now. Wise is putting $6 million of locked owner list unremovable liquidity on Uniswap protocol and counting. It shows it here. Unreal, man. This is going to be, it's going to be crazy. This is like, I can't even put together in words and even describe how I'm feeling and how excited I am. But I just know that I'm a part of a big movement that's going to change the game. So, they blew everything out of the water. A lot of people want to be like, oh, they want to be like Hex, they want to be like this. No. Hex is not put together like this on any scale or level whatsoever. So, this is the real deal. I have 18.70 ETH into this already. I got 23 out of 50 days purchased. Day number 2 is going to be my second. I'm going to start going in there tonight, getting some ETH in there. And I do want to keep spreading across all 50 days, but I want to strategically do it. Kind of slow my roll on getting into all these ones right now, unless I start seeing like these random supply days. I'll start getting way more Ethereum. I'll go in there, but as the timer brick comes down, man. Imagine how much Ethereum is going to be put into this bad boy by the time we get to the end of the road, where people by this time are FOMO'd in, they're sold on everything, all the details in the lending contract, and everything that you can think of that would excite an investor, I believe is here. Anything short of thinking that this is going to be huge would just be ridiculous to think that this could possibly not be the next big cryptocurrency in existence that ever existed. So, you got to do your own research. A lot of things are really hard to grasp and wrap your mind around. But, I'm going to watch the video for a third time, watch it for a fourth time, read the teal paper, connect with the community, ask questions. I'm going to continue to be active. I am going to do whatever I need to do to position myself, my mind, and my wealth, in a place where I can be really happy down the road because the end of the year is coming up here, and there's some serious opportunity here. I just don't get where some people are like, no, I'm not, I'm good on Wise. I'm sticking with Hex. You can still have Hex, but if you don't have Wise, I don't think that's a wise decision. So don't forget to pound the like button, drop a comment. Till next time, we'll do it again. Yeah, dog.